genre.
Hello and welcome back to the Doctor's Companion presents Doctor Who, The Long Way Round, the weekly podcast where we review and discuss every episode of Doctor Who, often Gridlock, one doctor at a time. I'm Nick Jimenez.
I'm Scott Corelli.
And I'm stuck in traffic.
Hey. Today on the show, we'll be discussing Gridlock, the 10th Doctor's 14th story, previously covered on our RTD bracket episode, which was like, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Two years ago, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
We did it in preparation for series 1, right?
Yeah, but I feel like it
is
was
that
a
why we did
special
that?
episode number. Maybe it was for our 400th
also?
episode, I think.
Wow.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Let me go look. It's probably in my
Your
check
notes?
back in my schedule, maybe. Oh no, I've deleted old tabs. Never mind. I don't know. It was at some point.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, so Gridlock, written by Russell T Davies, directed by Richard Clark, who would go on to also direct the Lazarus Experiment, as well as weirdly the episode that we're covering next week, The Doctor's Wife. Yeah, so he just happened to do the 14th stories of the 10th and 11th Doctors.
That's fun.
It's fun. It's just a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting that he directed two of the arguably two of the best episodes of Doctor Who, as well as arguably two of the worst, Lazarus Experiment and Night Terrors.
Oof.
So he's one of those directors, that we talk about a lot on this show, where they're like, yeah, as long as the script's good, this guy is a banger. But if the script's not good, watch out. Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Yeah. So this is Gridlock. To be perfectly frank, there's not a lot of like, what happened with this one? Because largely speaking, we're on the third season of the show at this point, and Russell T Davies was always looking for opportunities for recurring threads, recurring plot lines, because one of the things that he came into the 2005 series with to the BBC as a way of updating the show was like, yeah, there's going to be like ongoing threads that you have to follow and keep track of, and it's going to be like modern television. And so they were like, oh, okay, I don't know how you're going to do that with the Doctor popping up in a new place all the time. And so like, the obvious thing was he had two main obvious ways of doing that, which was like, oh, well, we've got the companion's home life in like modern day London. And then we also have, whatever the big bad mystery is, which is like a thing that he just like fully stole from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other side of this was like, yeah, we're just going to have like recurring places where we like revisit characters and places in a particular time period. And one of those was this concept of the end of the world and new Earth and New York. And so here we are again for our third visit with this world. And it's sort of like become this exchanging hands of like chain, where you have Cassandra in the first episode, then also in the second episode, which introduced the cat people, which are also in this episode. So it's like this sort of like chain of elements that are like connecting one to the next episode. So that was like kind of his galaxy brain take on all of these episodes, this sort of like arc of episodes. I can't remember, do we go this far in the future in series 4 with Donna? Is that a thing, or is it just the Ood episode?
No, I think it's just the Ood.
Okay. Yeah. But it doesn't really touch on all of this stuff, right?
No.
I don't think so either. That's interesting. Well,
is Silence in the Library Donna? Yeah. Donna Noble is in the library. Donna Noble has been saved.
Right.
When does that take place?
That's just in the library. That's the planet that's a library.
Oh, but we don't know. We never like place ourselves temporally in that one.
I don't think so.
Well, I guess it has to be in the... Well, no, it doesn't have to be because River Song's kind of all over the place too. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure. But anyway, he wanted to bring back the Face of Bo and had gotten the idea of making the Face of Bo Captain Jack Harkness, because he thought that would be tee-hee-hee. So he
what if Pretty Man become Big Ugly Face?
Yeah, so he was like, yeah, we're gonna do that in the finale, so I'm gonna set it up here. He's also deciding to set up the master reveal here and the whole Last of the Time Lords thing, so he sets that up. And I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, there's some I guess there's a lot of Judge Dredd inspiration in this. This was like very Mega City 1. And apparently there was like the hologram character that is coming up on the video screens or whatever in this is sort of a riff on a very similar holographic character from Judge Dredd comics, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so there's a lot of inspiration there. We have what is this? What is the actress's name? The actress that plays the woman who kidnaps Martha. Is it Lenora Critchlow? I think that's right. She's from Cheen, yeah, Lenora Critchlow. So she's from that. She's from Being Human. Toby,
oh, right, yeah,
yeah.
She's the ghost.
Yeah, she's the ghost on Being Human. Toby Whithouse's series about what if a vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost were roommates. And you know what?
She's the lady in White Bear.
It's not as funny and wacky as it sounds.
Yeah, that was a big favorite of yours back in the 2000s.
It was. What is that show? What did you say, Nick?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, she was the lady in White Bear, that episode of Black Mirror.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah,
One of the more upsetting episodes of Black Mirror, which is saying something.
Yeah. I really like her on Being Human. She's in like the first 3 series, I think, before they started like switching characters out. Because by the end of that show, it was like 3 different werewolf, ghosts, and vampire characters. Weird. Yeah, they replaced them all one by one, but by the time you got to the last series, you're like, oh, these are 3 completely different people now.
That kind of reminds me of Misfits.
Yeah.
Which also I think pretty much had a different cast by the time it ended.
Yep.
Which one do you think had the better, like more consistent run between the two of them?
Oh, definitely the sci-fi remake was more consistent. But I do think
that's right.
I do think that Being Human, the BBC version, when it was at its best, it was better than the sci-fi show was, if that makes sense. But it was much less consistent.
And what about Misfits?
Oh, Misfits? I think I liked that in the early days much more. I don't even think I ever finished Misfits, is how much that one fell off, I think.
Yeah. Once that guy from Umbrella Academy left, I was like, all right, I don't need to keep watching.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But if anyone ever wants to see what's his name from Game of Thrones being like a really adorkable, nice guy.
Right. That's funny.
The guy that like tortured women and stuff on Game of Thrones, and then on Misfits, he's just like this like adorkable like little.
Oh, I'm
like,
just a nerd.
Oh,
I'm not a pedophile.
Yeah, I'm just
Stop calling me a
I'm
pedophile.
nice. I'm just nice. It's very different vibes. Acting.
Acting.
Aidan Turner, is that a guy that's ever been on Doctor Who?
No.
That's
No, right? Yeah, he was the vampire in
Because
Being Human.
he was in The Hobbit.
Yeah, right.
yeah. He's Keely or Feely.
Yeah, he was the vampire in Being Human, and I think he's the only one of that three main cast. I think he's been rumored to be like the Doctor a couple of times.
Sure.
Rumored out as far as you can throw those rumors.
Right.
He's one of those guys.
But yeah, I don't think he has been on Doctor Who. That's interesting. Surprised that hasn't ever happened, but maybe he just doesn't like it. He's like, I hate the folks.
Don't like
but
him.
yeah,
He is Feely. He's always Keely. He's the hot one.
Yeah, he's the hot one
that
with no
fo-
beard.
yeah.
The hot one with no beard that falls in love with
That's funny.
Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah. Also, I learned a fun detail that I did not know. So at the beginning of this, in the cold open, you have the Ma and Pa characters that were given costumes and makeup to intentionally recall the 1930 painting by Grant Wood, American Gothic.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned a fun detail about American Gothic that I never knew, which is that is supposed to be a painting of a father and daughter.
What?
Wow.
Yep. That is a painting of a father and daughter, not of a husband and wife. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
It's like that betrays everything I thought I knew about that painting. So I was like when I read that factoid, and then I just like started going down a rabbit hole, like reading stuff about American Gothic and just staring at this painting. So I guess it worked.
What else don't I know?
What else don't I know about this?
You betrayed me.
Yeah, so crazy.
I guess now that I'm looking at her hair is pretty fair. It's not as white or grandmotherly as maybe one's memory of it would be.
Yeah, you almost like merged it in your head with like that Whistler's mother painting from the Mr. Bean movie. I don't know.
Oh,
anyway.
wow.
But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, nothing crazy. Oh, and then he decided to bring back the crabs.
Of course.
The Makra.
He was like, let's bring back the Makra. At first it was supposed to be Godzilla. A Godzilla
Really?
type kaiju thing, yeah. And then he decided on the crabs instead.
Wait. We could have had Godzilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It would have been actually Godzilla.
Yeah. And then he was like, well, actually, it's better if it's the Makra because they eat gas anyway. So that would make sense for like why they wanted the cars to be down there.
We could have had Space Godzilla in New York.
I know.
Wow.
That would
That-
be good.
I'm devastated.
Well, let's ponder that for a second. Is it scarier to have an ocean of giant crabs, clacking their claws up at you, or a single monstrous kaiju with like its back talons kind of sinking like a shark tail under the
Mhm.
fog, and like its big old eyes and its tail whipping and whapping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
Now-
are resting.
Now if you replace the creepy human Daleks in Manhattan and change that into a kaiju, now we're talking.
Oh my God.
That's a much better episode all of a sudden.
If they were making one big kaiju-sized Dalek.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be great.
Dalek Grande!
Just rolling through New York during the Great Depression.
Hail Dalek Grande!
Now that improves an episode.
Their stupidest plan.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. I mean, there's not a lot of
I can't think of it's weird, because I'm a big fan of the Clone Wars episode where they deal with a kaiju, where they bring a kaiju to Coruscant, and it like wreaks havoc throughout Coruscant. So like I like kaiju in my established sci-fi franchises, so I wouldn't be against a kaiju being introduced. I'm surprised it hasn't happened. I mean, it's really, I imagine it wouldn't be very cheap to do, but I don't know. Or like a Mothra kind of deal, you know, like a benevolent kaiju.
That's good.
Like Kill the Moon.
Oh, that's good point, Cass. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Idea revoked.
So yeah, Gridlock. Of the 3 future episodes, I feel like this is like the most well thought out because it's all of a piece. Whereas like I feel like New Earth is like, well, we've got all of these humans we're experimenting on, but we're also like Cassandra trying to extend her life, and we're gonna like mash those together a little bit, but they don't really like go together super well. As entertaining as that episode is, and then End of the World is, I guess it's just trying to be Agatha Christie in space, but I don't know. There's something about this one. I just like the world of this, like the world building in this is really interesting. And existentially terrible, being stuck in traffic forever. It's that sucks. It kind of feels like Doctor Who doing a Black Mirror episode, but like in a fun way, you know, but it has that same kind of like existential, like, man, wouldn't this suck?
It feels like the most heartfelt of the trilogy. Like, when I think of End of the World or New Earth, they're very campy and silly and fun in that delightful RTD way that I wouldn't trade for the world. And this one has elements of that, but it also has, like, as we talked about previously, it has that very, you know, Frank Capra life affirming, like, heart humming through it throughout, that I think makes it really pleasant to come back to again and again through the years, much like a Frank Capra picture.
Yeah, I didn't rewatch this one when we did that RTD tier episode, because I think I watched Smith and Jones instead. So revisiting this one, like, yeah, it is very well plotted and paced and thought out, and like the emotion, like drugs, like I completely forgot about, and then like that's like the kind of like the big reveal in the episode. And I like how it kind of feels like a vaguely like cyberpunky kind of dystopic thing, but like it's hopeful. And I like when we do stuff like that in Doctor Who. I don't know, it just makes me feel it, like it makes me think, and then it makes me feel good, which is what I want, really.
Yeah. It feels like the kind of like dark satire that the Sixth Doctor era was always attempting to do and failing because they couldn't figure out how to make Doctor Who work in that world. Whereas like Russell, I think, figured it out by being like, no, he's commenting on the dark satire and bringing everyone out of it. Like that's what's interesting. Like the Doctor is the light at the end of the tunnel, you know?
Yeah.
And if you play it like that, I think it works really well. And I think that's why this has that, like Nick said, that sort of like Frank Capra kind of vibe to it. Because everybody gets to just drive up at the end into the sun. The little kittens get to feel sunbeams for the first time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's so great. And on all these, like, you know, quirky little, you know, weird RTD characters that we saw briefly and didn't even realize we had fallen in love with, when we see them get to, you know, faith rewarded, when we get to see them drive up and see the sun and are rewarded with a future better than what they had accepted that they were hoping towards, which is, even pretty dystopic by our standards,
Mhm.
you know, like someday we'll get to another part of New York. And then you're like, wow, this is so great. I'm really happy for these guys. Doctor Who episodes normally don't end this well for this many different characters, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Though I will say the final shot makes me laugh of this episode because it's like it's an establishing shot of like New York and like all of the cars are like driving around in the sky, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't think any of them know where to land.
You just
Like none of them know where to park. They're just driving around.
It's all they know.
They're like, wait, where do we go? I forgot how to park.
It's like the Finding Nemo stinger.
Yeah.
Where all the fish are like, now what?
Well, I think I don't know. Like I know we're like just joking around, but like that's kind of what the doctor does. He just like fixes a problem and then like leaves, like bounces.
Yeah, all
He's
right.
like, "I'd figure it out. Bye."
And then sometimes even in Classic Who, we would return and be like, yeah, you kind of fucked us a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
It's true.
can they breathe up there?
I think so.
Right? We didn't get any reason why it wouldn't. I mean, it's going to be better than. Well, no. Are they letting all the gas out because they opened the ceiling?
Yeah.
They opened the vent?
Yeah. But then like you'd hope it disperses into the atmosphere.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to deal with global warming eventually, but
Sure, whatever that looks like now.
yeah, that's that's their kids' problem.
Well, who knows? Maybe because they've been underground for so many generations, it's kind of like, it was like back in the pandemic when it was like, oh, LA, the air is actually really good. For
Oh
like a
yeah,
few
that's
months.
true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see. Obviously,
Should I recap this one? Like
I-
I'm assuming everyone saw it.
yeah. I
listening.
mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess you can briefly if you want.
Okay.
Just a quick run.
So yeah, so the doctor and Martha, the doctor decides to take Martha to New Earth, and
no, just New Earth. It's New
Earth
York.
and New York.
Yeah.
I do like the call out where she's like, "Wait, you're taking me to all the places that you took Rose? Like that sucks." So they land in like the Undercity, which is sealed off. And Martha gets kidnapped by carjackers, and they need like 3 adults to get into the fast lane to carpool because they're trying to get off the roadway. And the doctor spends the rest of the episode looking for her. And when I describe it like that sounds like the most boring shit I've ever seen. But like you said earlier, Scott, like the world building and like all of the like little glimpses we get into everyone's little like car pod.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like everything is like so interesting. So yeah, the doctor figures out that there are Makra living in the roadway. They're feeding off the gas and they're eating people that get into the fast lane. And the face of Bo is dying somewhere else on the planet, being cared for by like a cat nurse. And so
Novice Haim.
Yeah.
Novice Haim. Yeah.
Yeah. The villain from New Earth.
Was she the villain or was she
Yeah.
like okay?
Yeah,
So I
'cause
thought
that's
she
why
was,
she
like-
was like, "Wait a minute, you were doing experiments." And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yes, I'm so sorry.
I was complicit. I'm sorry.
I'm a good person now.
Father, son, face of Bo.
Yeah, right.
So she finds the doctor because the face of Bo is dying and wants to talk to him one last time. And she teleports him to the face of Bo, and we get our lore drop, where is it like 25 years prior? Like everyone, there was like a virus that mutated from these like drugs
Mhm.
that
Someone brought drugs to the Senate floor, and it wiped the entire planet out in 7 minutes.
like that's so wild. So they were able to like seal off the Undercity and the roadway. So these people have just been driving around in circles for like a quarter of a century. And the Doctor works with the Face of Bo to like get enough power to the system to like free everyone. And in doing so, the Face of Bo like uses up all of his power and like dies. And the Doctor reunites with Martha, and we find out that like the Face of Bo says something cryptic about like you are not alone, and then dies, and the Doctor has a crisis about it. That's
and there's
the
that line that Martha says that Tumblr was just like, see, Martha sucks. It's like used as evidence against her. When he's like, you were not alone, and she's like, oh, because you're with me. And he's like, no,
Like,
I don't think that's what he meant. But I just remember at the time Tumblr would be like, Martha sucks. Fuck Martha. Like when, like, oh God, everybody hated Martha. Do you not remember that?
No.
Oh, everybody hated Martha because they loved Rose, and they were like, fuck you for replacing Rose.
Huh.
How dare you have a crush on on this attractive, skinny British man?
That's so funny.
Yeah, they fucking hated her. And every time she like tried to like replace her or be his love interest, they hated her.
Wild.
Yeah, that was a thing. So this episode is loaded with those Martha lines that like I just remember like Tumblr despising.
The Martha gift that I remember was like, oh shit, is the one where they're like, oh yeah, like, you know, we get up to 30 miles an hour, and she's like, oh wow, that's like crazy.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
I think the last couple minutes of this where she like sits in the chair in like the alleyway and is like making him talk to her basically. And then he like monologues about Gallifrey and like what he's been through is like some of the most beautiful, I don't know, like it really hit today. But yeah.
A lot of this hit today. I mean, you guys both know I really tend to rebel against nostalgia in terms of like, oh, it never got better than when I was 14. You know, I tend to kind of roll my eyes at that a lot, being like, okay, fuck off. But like, you know, time of recording listeners, we are halfway through series 2. So its secrets have yet to be unlocked for us. But I think all three of us would say that we're finding series 2 to be a mixed bag episode to episode. And it just, you know, you both have made such good points about how well thought out and well plotted Gridlock is. And it's kind of a throwaway episode. Like it's become iconic by its own merits. Like, and just how the going like the bliss and the drugs and the Face of Bo and the lore drop and how that ties into the finale so cleanly. And it's just really, unfortunately, kind of puts into perspective how clean a series of this show used to be. And I think that goes past, I think it also goes into the Chibnall era. You know, I don't think that's just a product of the RTD era, but yeah, I was watching this episode. I was like, fuck, this kind of feels like they don't make it like this anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
think it's a byproduct of 13 episodes versus 8, you know? It's just there's no time for this kind of episode anymore. Like you said, an episode that just, it's not doing anything special. It's not like Blink where you're like, oh, this is like a special episode of the show, or you know, it's not, you know, a big lore episode. Yeah, there's that lore dump thing, but like that's not the same as like a big like lore heavy episode. It's just a random episode of Doctor Who that just happens to be really good.
Yeah.
And I feel like we don't get those anymore, unfortunately. That's too bad.
And the bit of lore that you are not alone, it kind of ages well because it makes you want to go. You almost kind of have it like, God, do I kind of want to just like watch the rest of this series or like go straight to the end of time and you know watch like that master, because you know how it pays off now. Like it's so clean.
So anyway,
just to keep not to prattle on, but like, I love, the two old ladies, the sisters who are wives. They're called the sisters, even though they're wives. I really like Leather Dom Cat and her two thought girlfriends, whatever their deal was.
Yeah, there are only casualties in the episode.
Yeah. I was like, what is their deal?
I like how, so this is really fun, because I feel like I was thinking about this while watching this, because like you compare it to like the RTD2 era, and all of the sort of like queer subtext isn't subtext anymore. Now it's just text, and none of it is like blink and you miss it references. It's like very much like, this person's polyamorous, and this person's this, and this person's that, and it's just like labeling every single person that has a speaking role in the episode at this point. Whereas like here, it was just kind of like the camp of like this woman falling in love with this guy who's a cat and like having a litter of kittens. And you're just kind of like,
it's so silly.
But it is still like very queer coded and camp, and like the whole thing. And I just was like, God, there used to be a lot more subtlety to a lot of this, and like I miss the subtlety of just two old lady lesbians just happily married together in a car, and knitting across from each other. I don't know. I do kind of miss that, rather than, and not feeling the need to like you said, Nick, where you're like, whatever their deal is. And it's like, yeah, like, but now I feel like they'd be like, we're in a very serious polyamorous relationship, and here's all the reasons why polyamory is valid, and you're just like, okay, so I guess we spent 3 minutes on that. Okay. I don't know.
I guess like, no, because I understand, like I know exactly what you mean, because like I like how well, because it's not even subtle, right? Like the Scottish cat, what's his name, like Brannigan or whatever, he calls them sisters, and then she's just like, we're not sisters, that we're married. When I like that as like a kind of like a really funny comedy beat, but also like, hey, this likable guy that we're hanging out with can be kind of a dick too. But I'm also like, I guess I like the blatant representation of like the tendency to do that now, but I wish it wasn't so so heavy-handed about it. Like I think there's like a balance to be struck between the two, where I'm like pure, like subtext versus just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like holding it with two hands, where it's kind of like when it's representation is coming from these big corporate idea houses, whether it's Disney or whether it's BBC, whether it's Star Wars or Doctor Who, where it's kind of like, oh, well, shit, we don't want to get angry letters, or we don't want to be seen as like bad liberals or whatever. So we need to kind of like what Scott said, is take 2 minutes aside and talk about how valid polyamorism is or something. And it can sometimes seem like heavy-handed or disingenuous or pandering. Whereas like when I listen to like queer nerds in their like 30s or 40s now, going back to whether it was something like Ursula or Cruella de Vil or like Leather Dom Cat Mom and like her baby girl E-girl twins, I think maybe what kids like that felt growing up was the indefinability, they found that relatable. Like I also I find validation in like, we don't really know what these guys' deals are, so it's this kind of paradox of validation versus the sort of the heavy-handedness now, where sometimes it could be like, and here's your kiss that can be cut out for China,
right?
Yeah,
very true.
It's weird.
I guess pandery is the word. Like pandery is the thing where I'm like, I don't want that, but like if you want to like go off about how this character is Polly, that's fine, but like don't talk down to me about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't like that vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. So anyway, I just like how
Well, because like the kittens, like
Yeah.
it feels like that wouldn't even. Well, that's too silly. People might think that we're making fun of it, but like back then, it was just sort of like, no, they're kittens. Like it's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think about it too much. It's fine.
Yeah. It's for kids. Like,
Maybe they'll talk. You know, maybe.
Yeah.
We want the sun.
I do think that I feel like they were having like human children make meowing noises. I think that's what they were doing.
Oh, I like that.
Like, I'm pretty sure that was the sounds that they were making.
God, that's so funny.
It didn't sound like natural kitten noises to me.
I had a question, and I really feel like I might have asked this to you both last time, but the fact that the Macra are bigger, like giant, and have seemingly lost the ability to speak, is that like a mutation? Is that a result of the noxious fumes, or the fact that they've had so long to gestate?
I don't know.
I think like the doctor kind of like tries to briefly explain that. I think it's just like a de-evolution thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'd be curious to know where they came from, though. Like these particular Macras.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, how did they get down there? I don't know, because it's not like
the Macra Terror, they're not on Earth at all, right?
No.
Yeah. So maybe that was New Earth or something. I don't know, or would become New Earth. I don't know. Yeah, I like this episode a lot. It's just nice. But anyway, do we have?
Is this a world you would like RTD2 to revisit, or coming out of what's it called, the Well? Are we kind of like, maybe not. Maybe leave well enough alone. No pun intended.
I wouldn't mind. Well, you know what? I wouldn't mind him revisiting this timeline. You know, but not doing like a direct sequel to Gridlock or anything. But like, yeah, visiting the timeline that started with End of the World. It would be interesting to like see the cat people again, maybe. I don't know.
I'm just trying to think about the way they would do that effect now, and I don't know if I like the idea of it being like part practical, part CGI, because I think that'd freak me out. So based on that alone, I don't want that. But I mean, if he has another, like, I guess like going back to like the pandering thing, I don't want to go to I don't want there to be a sequel for the sake of it. You know, like if there's like a legitimate, I don't really know what else he has to say about this timeline is the thing.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
Oh, I do really like what you said about the cyberpunk vibes, though. Like, like Sally Hologram or whatever her name was, and like the traffic. It's very like Fifth Element.
Sally Calypso. Oh, it is very Fifth Element. You're right. That's pretty good. Yeah.
I kept thinking about how if they made this now, the little hologram lady would be Mrs. Flood.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or she'd be one of the lesbians.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just, there's like certain things where it's like, really, it took the doctor in like 26 years or however long the lesbians were in their car. It took the doctor to say, have you ever seen a police car, for them to realize that they've never seen a police car. Like 26 years, you never like just wondered to yourselves passively, like, hey, you know what I've never seen?
Yeah, especially the one whose like special interest is like car collecting or whatever.
Yeah.
Their big ledger.
Yeah.
Right.
That's funny. You know, I've never seen a cop car, have we? You're right.
And she's like mad at him for realizing it.
It's like I always think about a part of Barbie that lives rent free in my head is when I think it's like America Ferrera or Ariana Greenblatt is like, so where do the Kens sleep? And Barbie's like, I don't know.
That's funny. Yeah. So anyway, Gridlock. Really, really good episode, and yeah. Probably.
Oh
yeah.
This is popping into my head, not to drag it out, but like, you know, at the beginning of series 2, we kind of talked about how Belinda is sort of giving Martha vibes a little bit with like, hey mate, take me home.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go home. And so seeing Martha kind of being like, sit the fuck down, talk to me like I'm people. I'm over this like broody sad boy bullshit. I'm just like, how does that hit? Or does this kind of like seeing Martha, because I was like, you know, we give Ruby and Belinda a hard time for being ill-defined or vague. And so I was really kind of focusing on Martha and Freema Agman's performance and being like, okay, why do we remember Martha being a more sharply written character? And is that fair? Is that nostalgia? Like, so what were your thoughts on Martha this go around?
I think for me, the moment, like aside from the moment I talked about earlier where she like sits like physically sits down to make him talk, is when it's like toward the end of the episode where she's trying to like inspire the couple that kidnapped her, and she's just like, yeah, well, you know, like the doctor might save us or whatever. And like the slow kind of realization that like she doesn't know anything about this person that she's traveling with, but she has like all of this faith in him, I think is like really interesting, because it's like a horror at first, like I don't know anything about him, he is a stranger, but like also kind of like she kind of accepts that and is like trying to stay hopeful in spite of that, you know? I don't know. Yeah. There's like a lot going on in the moment, and it's like really compelling to watch.
For sure.
I like things like little subtle reminders that she's a physician, like her ripping that honesty patch off of her because she's pregnant. You know, like stuff like that, which is like, in the fact you're stupid because of this, and also because you're wearing that while you're pregnant, and like rips it off, and like I don't know, like little things like that. I like the reminder that she is a physician, because I think it's easy to forget when she's just traveling with the doctor and on these adventures.
With a cool leather jacket.
Yeah, I do like that, but I also like that she can be sort of, I don't know, like she's given a lot of bad news in this episode.
Yes.
By those people, and her reaction to it as they're like explaining themselves is so like calm, you know, like with the gun, she was like, yeah, we kidnapped you with a prop gun, that's not real, how would I have a gun, and why I wouldn't even know what to do with it if I had one. And she was like, oh yeah, I guess me either, and then just puts it down. You know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, super chill, like there's no point where she just tries to like grab the controls away from them or anything, you know, like she like listens to what they have to say, and I don't know. It makes her interesting because, like, I don't know. I guess it's the thing that makes her the special human being that gets to be a companion, you know? Which is that, like, she's willing to, like, hear people out and empathize with them, even people who just kidnapped her. You know, and like she'll yell at them about it, but like also she wants to know why they did it. And I think that's what makes her interesting as a character.
That patience and empathy, because like it's something that Donna probably wouldn't do.
Right. She would just be like, da, are you still talking? Take me home. You know, like,
get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Donna.
So, and I love Donna for being that kind of person. So,
yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
it's cool. But yeah, Martha's good. I like Martha.
It's pretty cool. I like Martha a lot.
She's an underrated companion, and I think it's like Rose was everyone's first. Donna really sticks out as like a really fun dynamic because it's very different, and I think Martha kind of gets lost in the shuffle in this original RTD era, as a result. Plus, this season is like so much about the Doctor because of the master of it all that I think she gets a little lost in all of that as well. But
yeah, she doesn't have like a nursery rhyme or a prophecy stuck to her.
Right.
Yeah. She's special because she's a good companion. That's it. Yeah. Oh man, she really sticks out in like the history of New Who as a companion because of that, I think.
Yeah. That's really cool. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
But speaking of, what are we talking about next week with 11?
The most special of all companions, the TARDIS herself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
In The Doctor's Wife.
I haven't seen this in a long time. I can't wait.
Yeah. And we'll have to, unfortunately, talk about the writer of that episode. But, I've done some preliminary research and I do have some good news that we'll talk about next week. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
Good news that I think will make a lot of sense when we talk about it next week, but I'll save it for next week.
It was actually written by Terry Pratchett.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week with The Doctor's Wife. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.